Okay, in this video I want to talk about tables. Now tables are very important because every GIS map has a table sitting behind it. Now if you are not sure what I mean by the term table, if you can imagine for a moment an Excel spreadsheet, then I think you're probably well on your way to understanding what I'm about to talk about. Now you should already have this shaded map open, and if you don't already have it open, just go to the project menu and open it from here. It's called the 5-step challenge. Just click open and it will open. Of course I already had it open. We're now going to open this map again, but we're going to open it in its raw form and overlay it on top of the thematic map. Okay, so we go to this add vector layer button, we go browse, and we go open this file called land use 1971 to 1999 and go open. Okay, now what we need to do is click on it, right click on it, go to properties, and up will come this menu. If we go to the style tab, click on simple fill, and we want it to be no brush. Okay, fill style is no brush, and that is going to make the top layer transparent. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in to one little area to demonstrate some things about tables to you. Click on the hand to just want to move it over here. Okay, now I need you to make sure that in the layers area that this map, the transparent map that we've just overlaid, is highlighted. What that means is that the layer is selected and that any operations we undertake from now on, or while that's selected, will apply to this map layer. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this select single feature button, and I'm just going to click on a polygon. All right, it's come up as being yellow. Now if I click on the open attribute table button, you can see that the attributes of the GIS map are displaying. Now something a little bit tricky, if I now click on this move selection to the top button, what we can see is that the row of information relating to this polygon that I just selected is at the top of the table. Okay, so if I click on this one here, it selects a different one. So this is row 1167 that we've selected. And if I click on this guy here, it's row 22 that's been selected. So each polygon has a row in the table that's associated with it. Now every GIS map has at least one column of information associated with it in its accompanying table. So often in tables that are produced by systems, by GIS systems, when the data is being created automatically and so forth, you'll have columns in it like area. You might have an identifier of the feature, and you might have another column documenting the perimeter of the polygon. The really important thing to understand here is that every column of information can be mapped. So this column of information here is potentially a thematic map, i.e. a map that is colored according to the values that are within that column. This column here can be mapped as can this column, this column, this column, this column, and this column. So hence, we're going to be able to do a map of land use in 1971, of land use in 1985, and of land use in 1999. Now you'll notice that I have two columns of information that relate to each year. We have land use 1971, which is the detailed land use, and summary land use for 1971. Now, basically what I've done is I've generalized this information in this column to have a lot fewer categories. And this is going to make it easier for you to map. So in the next video, what I'm going to be talking about is the differences between these detailed columns and the summary columns. This is an important thing for you to understand, not only because it'll help you understand the map a bit better, but it goes a bit further in that the ability to understand how to generalize data to make maps more communicative and simpler is a very important skill to have in GIS. And what it means is that if you're trying to communicate a concept to an audience, you can do that with a much reduced likelihood of losing your audience. But at the same time, you can keep the detailed information for your own analyses that you might need to do. Okay, so we'll be talking about that more in the next video. I'll see you then.